Welcome to your Daily 5 for Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. I was scrolling through my Twitter feed because I actually still do use Twitter. I know most people don't, but I still do. And I happened to come across something that honestly, when I read it, I had to read it twice because I thought that maybe I had misread it. In fact, I have not. And this was from Michael Fisher, Mr. Mobile, who I've had on the show a few times. Big fan of. Love. In fact, go watch his e-bike review because it's fantastic. It's something he's done that's a little bit different. I think it's exceptionally well made. And he actually had mentioned something about YouTube and the algorithm there. And I thought, well, that's YouTube for you. But I wasn't really prepared for this. So this was as part of a thread where he was talking about updating a review for a device called the Kindle Scribe, which is basically a Kindle that you can write on. And he said, and I will quote here, and he was talking to the @YouTube Liaison account, which ostensibly exists to try to make things better between YouTube and the creators, although the evidence of whether that's actually happening we'll get to in a minute. But he said, and I'll quote here, "This is asking a lot, but the ability to add a video epilogue to existing videos will be very helpful down the line." And the thing that got me about that tweet was the 5 words, "This is asking a lot." And I went, you know what? Maybe I'm missing something. Because I've complained about Google many times, and YouTube specifically, which I still think is one of the worst things I've ever used. But I thought maybe I'm being unfair. Let me see if maybe YouTube is in trouble. Because it's certainly clear that Google as a company has no idea what it's doing. But let's see if YouTube is in actual some kind of financial trouble. So I went, well, let me see what Google, or YouTube specifically, made for Google last year. And in 2022, would you like to take a guess? I'll give you a second. Nah, I'm not even going to give you a second. They brought in almost $7 billion. Billion with a B. 6.86 to be exact, according to the Hollywood Reporter. $7 billion, just short of, in ad revenue to Alphabet, Google, whatever. And this is a company where somebody like Michael Fisher has to say, this is asking a lot. I don't think it is asking a lot. In fact, I think it's rather insulting that people think that that's asking a lot. This is a company, and this is a division of the company, not even the company. This is not, as far as I know, Google's total value. This is just YouTube. If they took a 1/6 or a 1/7 or even a 1/10 of what they brought in and dedicated it to actually making the channel better, to responding to what creators are asking for, to making their system improve, not only for creators, but frankly for users as well, but let's go with creators because they're the people doing the work, then it would be in a far better place than it is. And I would make the argument that in the last 3 to 6 months, there has been an active degradation in how YouTube is in terms of creators. I have seen a lot and talked to people who have had a lot more turbulence with YouTube in the last 6 months or so than they ever had before. And it's certainly not like they had glowing things to say about the service to begin with. But Len Kabaczynski, if you follow his Twitter or follow his Patreon, he had his entire account nuked because of private videos of his movies that, yes, included nudity, but they just deleted the whole channel, even though they were not public-facing, not served to children, anything like that, where you might think, oh, well, you got to be careful there. No, just deleted the channel. Numerous other creators that I follow have complained about their videos being delisted, the DMCA strike problem that has never really been addressed, or at least not addressed in any meaningful way. Again, this is a division of a company that brought in nearly $7 billion. And you're going to tell me that asking a lot is to add an epilogue? How about they actually fix their platform? How about repairing an algorithm that is woefully broken, even if you're just a consumer, just a user? If you're trying to find relevant content, it doesn't work. It never has. I've complained about this before. And that's just me, whose only work on the platform, I upload videos to it, but I put almost no effort into them because why bother? This is the company. This is the division. They're not going to do anything. Why would I put any meaningful effort into trying to be successful on YouTube when this is the way it treats people? When people who, Michael's lucky. He has a name. He can get a response. I guarantee you there are thousands of creators who will say the same thing or much more simple requests or clarifications that they're looking for that will get no response. Nothing out of a division that made $6.86 billion. I don't want to be hearing from these companies that it's too hard when they're making billions of dollars. Shut up. You're making more than almost anybody else. You could do it if, and this is the key, you actually cared. If they really cared, many of these problems could be fixed, or at least some compromise could be reached. Doesn't mean it has to be everything. But as I said, that would require these companies actually caring. And the thing they care about is making money. They're doing that, so everything else, immaterial. Later.